Hey you guys, DJW0071 coming at you today, not with a news update, not with a prophecy thing. I want to talk about something different today. I want to talk about the idea of hell because I have had quite a few people get tripped up about this thing. And actually, a lot of people feel like hell is a immoral idea. It's irrational, and it's that a loving God would not burn people for eternity, would not punish people eternally, and that all punishment ought to be finite no matter what. Even if you're Adolf Hitler, you should get a finite punishment. But now I'm just going to give you the nuts and bolts of the rational argument to say that actually, if you really look at the worldview of Christianity and who God is in that worldview, that hell is actually the only rational destination for people that are not covered by the blood of Christ. And here it is, okay? Here it is. It's really not that hard to understand. A plus B equals C, okay? A is a value for the severity of the crime, of the sin, okay? That's the value for A, what A is. B would be the moral value or worthiness of the person that you're sinning against. And C is the punishment and duration of the sentence once justice is served. So, if God is infinitely holy and infinitely worthy, then the value for B has got to be infinite. In the Christian worldview, God is the measure, is the standard for goodness, the standard for holiness, the standard for perfection, the standard for justice. So in that situation, you really have to use the number infinity as a value for B. So it really doesn't matter what the value of A is. C's value's got to be infinite. And that's why hell is the way that it is. If it were any less, then God would have to be less. And God's not less, you guys. God is infinitely perfect. He's infinitely good. I think that people really get tripped up about it because they don't respect how holy and how pure and how good God really is. He is absolutely the measure of goodness and purity and holiness. In earthly terms, the value for a person, you might look at like maybe someone like Adolf Hitler. That person's pretty low morally. He's a genocidal maniac, whilst maybe a Medal of Honor winner might morally have a much higher stature. But when you're looking at God, the creator of the universe, you really can't use any other number there except for infinity. He's infinitely good. That's another reason why when Christ died on the cross for our sins, it covers all of our sins, even the greatest sinners, because the goodness of Christ and the moral perfection of God so outweighs the evil of man that there's no comparison. Man is a finite in his attributes. He's finite in his attributes, while God is infinite in his. So the goodness of God will always outweigh the evil wickedness of man, and that's why the sacrifice of Christ on the cross on our behalf is actually all the way good enough to cover our wickedness and our evil. And he was the only one able to stand in our place and have a good enough sacrifice to cover our mountain of sin, because our mountain is still a finite thing. So that's what's up, you guys. And it's not that hard to understand. It's just, I think emotionally, when you think about somebody burning for eternity, that's hard to think about, while at the same time, that severity needs to give you kind of an idea of how good and pure and merciful and loving and big and awesome God is. If he was any less, then that punishment would be unjust. But since he's not, it isn't. So anyway, give me a comment, you guys. Let's talk about it more if you'd like. You can PM me, you can comment underneath. Give me a thumbs up if you appreciate this kind of content, and share my videos. I do appreciate that, you guys. Give your hearts to Jesus Christ. That's the only way you can have absolution, justification, because we have sinned against an infinite God, and the only outcome there is infinite, utterly terrible hell. And that's right. That's good. That's the right thing, because God is so good. What a terrible waste, to get to those, to the end of your life, without Christ. What a terrible waste. So anyway, love you guys. Have a good day. I'll give you some more updates pretty soon. I'm waiting for the big story. I don't want to report on little stuff. So, not that it's all piddly or little. I just, I'm waiting for that story. Anyway, take care, you guys. God bless.